Hello everyone. I'm Daniel from Minimax. How are you? Great. So can I control the screen this time? Great. Okay. Today our title is Beyond the Chatbot, Building Autonomous Agent Ecosystem with Minimax. Well, since years before, we start our journey by using models, and there was one moment we start to talk about agent. So today, I really want to guide you for this process, seeing all the potential that Minimax brings from models to agent. And first of all, a little introduction about myself. My name is Daniel Shi. I'm from a traditional telecom world to AI native world. It takes me around like 10 years for this journey. I studied in France. I studied France around 13 years ago in Bretagne, in a school which is very traditional engineer school. France, we have a very strong tradition for engineering culture. And later, I worked in France, also in several very big hyperscaler of cloud companies. And then I come to the native AI world. Well, and then about Minimax. Who is Minimax? First of all, the question is about what means Minimax. Maybe someone of you knows it's an algorithm. But today, Minimax also have another meaning for our company. When we think about this name, we would like to offer the mini effort and max efficiency and performance. Indeed, to enter the world of AI, it takes effort and cost, and sometimes it's expensive. I tried many models. Right now, I have a subscription also of Perplexity, Gemini, and GPT. The most expensive, Grok, 50 euros each month. Each of them, finally, they cost me like 200 euros each month, even more expensive than my subscription of Netflix. But it gives me a lot of advantage. Each of them has good advantage. For example, if I search news, I use Perplexity and Grok. They are very useful. And if you want to publish something in the X, also Grok has some very good advantage. How about the Minimax? What is our advantage? I come back to that later. First of all, we start with our mission. Mission is intelligence with everyone. That's very important. 5 years ago, when I started to talk about AI, I found out I cannot get a lot of echo. I still remember 5 years ago, I think it's 4 years ago, the first discussion I had was at Cannes. There was the first event of WAICF at Cannes. At that moment, also many experts and also many friends talk about AI, how they see the visions. I didn't get many echoes even. At that moment, we talk about models, how to do the training, how to really put the data inside and make the models can be specifically for such kind of different domains. However, right now, when I talk about AI, I get a lot of echoes. The echoes, not just from my colleagues, also from friends from different domains, and also even from even my parents, from my some close friend who is not related to what I'm doing right now. For example, last year I was in China. I was based in Guangdong, Guangzhou, and Guangzhou, it is a very typical city which is not so popular for its technology, but is popular for its trading. If you go to Guangzhou and want to do business with some of your colleagues, he will be very strict. If you go to Beijing, you need to eat a meal, and after meal, 2 hours, they will talk about business with you. In Guangzhou, very direct. Even them, they talk about tokens. They talk about AI, how they can sell tokens to you. Maybe sell the foreigners tokens and also ask about your price, etc. So that give me a signal. Actually, right now, I should let everyone to understand what is happening and what models can bring to them, and and also it should be a scalable way. It means that the cost should be controlled, and also the modality should be also variant that covers different type, which cover different scenarios in our daily life. So it comes to about our product, product category and the models categories. The journey of Minimax started with an application called Toki. I didn't know Toki before, but after I tried the application Toki, I start to understand why the marriage rate in China decreased a lot. Because right now, the youth generation, they can use Toki or some other kind of application to find a virtual girlfriend and a boyfriend very easily. And it's so attractive, you can even change the style and change different stories and chat with him, with her, and after maybe 20 conversations, you need to pay. Then that's a very good business model, and that's the first good use case I found with the text models. Text really to generate conversations, and people will have the emotion inside, and that's how finally the AI things created value. Also, if only text is not enough. The sound should be sexy. The sound should be attractive. That's the reason why later it comes out when we do a text, it will be switched to a voice, and it feels like it's a real human just be next to you. You can also try Tokia. In my next another scenario, actually I had a demo to let you see. For the companionship. That's the companionship. Also, we have a category called Hailo AI. 2 weeks ago, I was at Cannes again for WAEFF for a film festival. Many films created by AI technologies. I really found there is a momentum there. A lot of very brilliant actors, realizateurs. Right now, they are using the tools, not just the Hilo, also other tools to create a film with their simple idea. Before, it cost a lot. Even with some series. I take one example, French series called Coffee Break. 2 minutes or 3 minutes series. Sometimes it costs like 20,000 euro to create. It was the price at that epoch, at that period of time. And the same studio right now, they're using the AI tools. The price can be nearly 50 times cheaper and much quicker. So it also becomes a momentum here, generative medias. And now the barrier also reduced. You can try to create music and videos by yourself. It is very, very easy. During my 34 years journey, I didn't learn a lot about music. I started to learn guitar 3 years ago. Because after 3 years ago, I had a little time. However, with the music models, I really understand how to do the orchestration, manipulation for a song. How can I put my emotion in different type? Where introduction, or maybe I put some good emotions in my words, or maybe later in the bridge. I started to understand the structure of a song, arrangement of a song, genre of a song. It gave me the entry for music or new music world. So I think the same thing will happen to the majority of people. So even the music, making film, all these kind of domains, it become not just a privilege for the minority people, but a majority people can also participate, and that's a very good sign. In the end, let's come to the 2B business, to the enterprise and the developers and the co-workers. We have the agent and the open platform. Open platform is just a platform that it just go to the core of API. And the agent, it is a little application that you can install to your computers. And you can start to use this agent to send mails, do the cleaning of your desktop, and maybe to have some cron work that repetitively give you some news, etc. It facilitates my life. This PowerPoint is done by the agent. Yesterday night I created 4 agents, let them run at the same time. I did other things at the same time, and after 20 minutes they finish and choose one of the version and ask them to modify, and it modify me for me again. So right now the agent, it works well with Word, PPT, Excel. So I really would like you to try. Once you try it, you will never get back again. And then all those technology behind it is the basic foundation model, the large language model, the video model, speech model, music model. As you can see, Toki, just now I mentioned, this application, it includes all these kind of models. Music, you need to have background to have the phenomenon. You need to have TTS so that the virtual, the avatar can speak. You need to have the video so the avatar can move, can do action, do gestures. And of course, all those kind of office work or developers work, it is based on LLM. I assume that today and yesterday, a lot of other sessions have already covered that. And let's also see our journey here. And this map also, once you understood how it is organized, when you see other companies' map, also you can understand it with the same logic. Here are 2 important information. The first one is about the time. There are many AI companies come and go during these 6 years. And I have to say, the AI industry, it is an industry with a lot of very brutal battles, because every model companies, they try to make their own models, and each of them get SOTA 1 or 2 times by chance or by design. Luckily, since the creation of late 2021, and since the first creation of our model in 2022, right now we are 2026, we are still there during these 6 years. We are luckily get each year many times SOTA. Like in 2025, we get a very good feedback from OpenClaw, from the usage of OpenClaw, because every model has his own scenario. And one of the best scenario we have from Minimax is using our model with the agent. You can choose OpenCode, Hermes, even Cloud Code or OpenClaw. Why it is good? Actually, at first, in my personal use, I use also OpenClaw with Cloud Opus and Sonnet. It works fine. However, like what I did yesterday, if I open 4 agents at the same time, because sometimes you don't understand what the agent is doing, and sometimes give you random work you do not satisfy. You just consume and burn a lot of the tokens, unless your company pay all the bill, like Minimax give me unlimited tokens. That's one of the advantage. One of the reasons why I joined Minimax, because it gives unlimited tokens. If your company cannot give you unlimited token, you need to think about the factor, the billing. Another thing is about the efficiency. So our models, the reason why it is so good, last year SOTA at the scenario of agent, it is to get a very good ratio between the performance and the cost. Let's just a large language model, and we see the timeline from this side. Another side is that you can see Minimax has a multimodality, which means we have large model, video generation, audio, and product release, and product related to that. That beautiful lady said, I only have 5 minutes left, but I have a lot of things to share with you, so I will maybe accelerate. So another information is that you can see during those years how many models a company has created. We also need to see frequency. So next time, if you hear someone or a company comes to you to say a speech, to do a pitch, you ask them 2 questions important. When your company is created, and how many models have you created, and how many times you get SOTA? Sorry, that's 3 questions, not 2 questions. 3 questions, and you can define if it is a leading global AI company or not. Then we'll come to the agent. The agent, a lot of companies come directly from this side to upgrade. I saw a lot of failure from this side. I remember I worked in my previous company, also a very good company for ICT technologies. And at that time, I remember I did a lot of consultant project. They asked us to do a RAG for their own, maybe internal wiki use. None of them succeed. None of them succeed. The reason is simple. Because there's no organization upgrade which follows, and in the mindset of the leaders and the chef, the CXO, they didn't change anything about the structure of the organization and the team. So finally, even the tools it is created, finally it is not used. So the real pattern should be from phase one. They already have the ambition to really do it. Maybe they can direct start with a new team, or someone who has the really good reputation in your companies who can support that, and then a team, a new organization, and then the tools. And then how agent can interact with other components. It is a very general different layers. You can see first of all at the foundation one, it is model layers, multimodal language models and the reasoning models. Then this one is the agent, how agent is calling other tools. And then in the end, we can see these tools, it is used by other applications or other mechanism internally in your company. And how agent is working, I summarized. No matter which agent you choose, finally it is pattern. And that's not a secret, because 2 months ago, Cloud Code already released their code. And even right now, you do not need to read their code. You just ask Cloud itself to read the code and let them add this summarize the how it is working. So maybe here I can share with you my finding. When the agent is running, okay, we'll call the model, and the model it will see, okay, if I can answer or not. Maybe or maybe I need to call the tool. Most of the time, they need to call the tool, and some of the time maybe just answer no, yes, and it's finished. Like you say hello, and he will say hello. In the end, it finished. Then he will see what kind of tool, okay, I will use. Like I maybe a CLI, maybe call a file, and read the memories, call a MCP, or direct load a menu from the skill, etc. And combine with a new context message, longer, and then do again. If it is past our context window, okay, then do a summary, shorter, and run it again, and do the circle again. And I have another very good, I think very good way that you understand the difference between how agent is working with a model. Next time when you go back to your countries, flying by the air, you can download a local AI application in your phone. And of course, you don't have no Wi-Fi, you have nothing else, you only have a model. Then you start to call your model, ask him questions. After 5 questions, he will speak in French, n'importe quoi, because he already is maybe consume all his contact windows. And you see, actually, all the conversation circle finished here. And after you went down, you go down the plane, you can start to use Claude or Anthropic, our product from Anthropic or Gemini or our Minimax agent. You can see it start to think, to call files. You see difference. You see a big difference. Okay, maybe I will not mention again because it is how OpenClaw it is structured. And the thing important to us is that you can use the same architecture. Finally, just maybe to modify the finest layer, layer 01 with your own company's application. Of course, very important why OpenClaw is famous. He is thinking about how to integrating with instant messaging. That's very innovative. Months ago. When Peter Stenberg, the creator of OpenClaw, he wipe coded the agent, his original thought was just like when he is doing shopping outside, he didn't want his cloud did nothing at home. So he wipe coded the open claw architecture. So that's the innovative part. So the same thing, I think when you do the same thing, you internally in your enterprise, you can keep the layer 2 to layer 5, but just change the layer 1, how it integrates with your own applications. And that's the detailed difference between if you want to have a commercial version of Claw and OpenClaw. Right now in the society, there are a lot of different commercial version. You can later, if you want, I can share with this slide. And about some things you need to do: security, authentication. If you are a long time in the IT domain, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and maybe okay. Next afternoon, I have another session about models, because later I have many details about also a Minimax model itself. Since the lady is not is calling me again, maybe I will continue my sessions later. Thank you very much.